Roblox Riot's better, but something's still off. Look, the last video that I made about Roblox Riot was an actual, like, big video. It blew off, basically. It was me talking about how bad the game really became over the course of the many months that came along with it, and how shitty the hitboxes were. But it changed, and it's way better now than before, but it still has its issues, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video. We're going to talk about what is still wrong with Roblox's Riot. We're going to start out the video with actually giving asterisks and the team behind it actually a little pat on the head. Basically, they fixed the game to a point where it's actually playable now, and not just full of tryhards. While the game still contains a lot of tryhards, it's like a little bit less now because the mace hitbox doesn't linger anymore, and the stop sign doesn't linger either, which was the main issue that I was talking about in my other video. The main problem I have with mace because that the hitbox was so garbage and terrible that I did not want to even play the game. But now with mace being an actual alright weapon, I guess it's safe to say that this mace is still good, right? Like the hitbox is still decent. It's just not as overpowered as it was before. The mace before was just retarded. It was a thing that you could just cheese with because the hitbox would linger for so long. You could just simply like slide into someone while the hitbox already should be gone at least. And now you can't really do that anymore. You have to actually time your slide now, not just slide into someone and then just ram the hitbox inside of someone. I mean, you still gotta ram the hitbox inside of someone, but it's pretty good now. Now, stop sign, I think we all know what happened to that motherfucker. It got a little bit nerfed. Not as like a point to where it's like completely shit. It's still pretty good. Like, it's good. The stop sign is just a good weapon. It's nothing like you can just really scoff at. Like, I mean, 35 damage is still OP for what the range really is. The mace before also did 35 damage, but I think it's way better now with the 32 damage being the case, because mace, guys, please, get that in your head. I know a lot of tryhards and shit like that watched my video and they said, what, lingering is the only part of the mace? Like, I had a couple people say that, not a lot, but that was that. But now since lingering is gone, I can actually play the game and enjoy the game for once. While the ping on every single server is like 200 and I can barely play with that, it's still better. I can still get some really cool kills. Like, look, when I last talked about this game, and I was like furious. I was fucking mad that I got banned. Guess what happened? I got unbanned and I got modded. I got mod rank. I'm a moderator now. And that's another funny thing that happened. My main account is unbanned and I got from like 5k kills to 6.2 or 6.4. I don't know where I am right now, but something like that. Now, if we look at the game and shit, what actually changed? So the lingering is gone. Okay, wait. It's not actually gone. It's still there on Metal Bat and Sledgehammer. Even though Sledgehammer is not really lingering, it's just hitbox. That's it. But for Metal Bat, there's like an actual linger still, which I noticed after playing a little bit. It's also still there in Blade and sort of bad, I guess, but not really. And the mace does 32 damage, which is way more balanced than the thing before, because the mace hitbox makes up for the damage. So, that's that. But then we talk about the little other thing that annoys me a little bit. Dash got removed and rolling is back. I don't know. I never really played with rolling before. I always knew dash as a thing, because I started to play like in 2021, like November, December sort of ish. So, I can't really talk on the people who like played Riot from the start, but if rolling was there, then goddamn it sucked. Goddamn, holy shit, rolling is very bad. The only real good thing I can see out of it is because you can just do some cheeky bullshit with it, like you can get really devious with the rolling, but other than that, rolling is absolutely ass cheeks. It doesn't cover like most of the distance. Like if with 15 stamina at full speed, you'd be covering more area with just running than fucking rolling. But why is rolling, the only reason why rolling is sort of good is because if you crouch and roll, you still be crouching while you're rolling, so that's sort of good. That's why you can just consistently roll around and whatever. Like, it's 15 stamina per roll. Like, that's not too bad of a trade, to be honest. Like, rolling, it does something, right? It does something. I guess it fulfills some sort of need in the game. And I do like rolling to some extent, but it needs to be a little bit better, okay? It's just a bit ass right now. And Dash was just shit. Like, it was just garbage. No one used dash back then. Do you know a single person who used dash? Everyone used sliding, not dashing, because dashing takes up way too much bullshit. Like, it takes up too much stamina, it's way too uncontrollable and all that bullshit. While rolling, you have all control in the world. So I guess rolling is better than dashing. So, you know, that's a thing. But to get like a little bit back into why the game's still sort of shit, the map is good. The map we're currently on is pretty good, but there's still some bullshittery going on. Basically, what I'm talking about is, first of all, like, there's a couple bugs. So if you didn't notice, there's a lot of bug abusers in the game, which I have banned personally, because they keep up using bugs to get away in fights. That's like partially the main big problem, and of course the cheaters still being active somewhat, even though after Geese got deleted and turned into a literal autoban. Yeah, man, source, you gotta dab me up for this. So the map is good. The bullshittery with some of the bugs, like the glitches on the map, is still sort of like bad. It's just horrible. The reason on why you can even glitch, like mainly because of the baseball bat. For some reason, your hitbox, I never knew this, by the way. I just started to notice it when I was playing Riot a little bit. There's so much bullshit wrong with the baseball bat, apparently. The animation makes it so that you can, like, just fling yourself around sometimes. I do not know how that even happens, but it's there, I guess. Now, another thing that sucks about the game is blocking. I mentioned this at the start of the video, I think. So blocking is really, really terrible at the moment. It's like 50% of the damage is gone. If you block, like for example, the mace, you take 17 damage or some bullshit like that. I'm not too sure how much it does. But metal bat 20 damage on blocking is terrible. That is horrible. Blocking is so shit right now. And the madness resistance has more resistance than the blocking. I don't think that should be the case. If you're gonna balance the game sort of out, make madness a little weaker. I'm not saying like nerf how much health you have, but nerf the resistance of it, like to 20% only. Because having so much resistance is just, what the fuck is this? Like, you have to not even try at this point. You could just run around, randomly swing your bullshit, and you might hit someone, and you might just accidentally kill someone, but in complete and utter accident. So I think that madness should be nerfed a little bit. Now the blocking thing with 50% being gone is also sort of garbage. Blocking needs a 70% or 75% block rate, like a 65%, because otherwise blocking is absolute ass. It doesn't do anything. It literally does not do anything. 50% is so garbage. Like, bro, you could be blocking and there could be two people that like smashing their maces on you. You would take the same damage as if you didn't block and you just got a maced, like a full-blown maced. That is disgusting. Just fix it. It's a really easy fix. And there's also like the mystery box, which is back on the old map, where it says it's $85, but it's actually 110. I would suggest just putting it back to 85. I don't know why it was changed in the first place. I know it's like balancing things because you can just get a fucking void axe out of that thing, but bro, think about it. It's so expensive. Even like if you're like a player that has like a lot of money, that's 110 is still very expensive. And just like people want to gamble, and it's not like always guaranteed you're gonna get the void axe. There's people spending thousands and thousands of dollars on fucking mystery boxes. So I just think that changing it back to 85 is better than 110, because 110 is way too expensive. But that's just my personal bias. If that's gonna be changed or not, that's completely up to debate and whatever. We can have like a little conversation in the comments below. But I think that's all the things that are really just show the game. There's not many anymore because the game it's definitely better now than what it was before, so goods on you, developers. I have like a couple more ideas when it comes to balancing or whatever. Like for example, I feel like the bat should just be nerfed to 21 damage. 24 damage is way too much for a fucking thing that has basically no fucking recharge. Like, the bat is such a fast weapon, like, you can swing with it basically every second. I feel like that's kind of overpowered for how much damage it actually does. 24 damage is nothing to scoff at, and 48 damage just hurts. It's painful. That's just 2 hits of the bat, bro. So, considering the fact that bat is just really overpowered currently, and a little bit better than the fucking sledgehammer, to be honest, I feel like it should just be nerfed, maybe even remove, like, some of the hitbox, because I feel like the hitbox is too long. I don't know why, but it's just like every single time when I play with it, I always hit. Or when when someone plays against me, they always hit, even though you shouldn't be able to. Same goes with like the metal bat. I feel like 40 damage for like a weapon that lingers, and just remove the linger. Honestly, you can keep the damage, but remove the linger because it's just way too fucking powerful currently. But another like weapon I could talk about here is like the sledgehammer. I feel like 34 damage for what it is a bit too much, because it's also like a starter weapon. I know it's like a game pass and it costs 500 Robux, but even I'm like a fucking sledge main sort of. I'm not like really calling myself a sledge main, to be honest, but people call me that all the time, so I guess I'm a sledge main. Even for that, it's like I feel like the sledge is just a little bit too powerful. I mean, for what it is, it's good and whatever. Like, it does 34 damage. 34, that's more than the mace. But again, it's still better because it has a bigger hitbox. But I feel like nerfing it like get down to 31 damage would make more sense. Just my personal opinion, but I feel like 31 damage would be better for the sledge, because it currently is kind of just better than some weapons that you can just simply buy, even though the sledgehammer is still like a sort of starter weapon. Also, another thing I quickly wanted to mention as balancing changes go on and whatever, I feel like the classic sword is retarded. Like, it's dumb, it's stupid. I have played against it for like a long time now, and every single time when I'm on like a high ping server, for some reason they always hit me, even though they're not even close to me. I know it's probably my ping or whatever, but it's still kind of weird how with the classic sword, 2 hits of the classic sword equal the amount of the fucking sledgehammer. I don't feel like that should be the case here, if I'm gonna be entirely honest, since it just always seems to hit me. I feel like nerfing the classic sword down to 15 damage would be plausible, to say the least. Not that I'm saying fuck the classic sword because I have a massive skill issue. It's fuck the classic sword because the hitbox is so big. Like, the amount of times I played against the classic sword, I feel like it's fair enough if you just nerf it down to 15 damage, because it, again, 2 hits equal the amount of the damn sledge. So think about that. And you can easily get 2 hits on someone with the classic sword because it's just very good. It's a good weapon, but it's a little overpowered for just being a starter weapon. You can literally fuck up everyone with this goddamn thing. Even if they have like the mace or something, even if they're good players, you can, if you just play your cards right and hit them twice every now and then, it's stupid, and it shouldn't be this easy. So in my opinion, just nerf the classic right now list like by a little bit, because it's currently just a little overpowered with its massive ass hitbox and the way on how you can easily hit someone with it. But oh well. Also, I made a big update on what Asterix told me about the game and whatever, because it was their first combat game and they just made it for friends and whatever to goof around in, and then just suddenly got popularity. So I guess I sort of understand, but still, just like fixing like these small little issues would fix the whole game. People would just be very, very happy to see like one update that fixes all these issues. It's such a small fix for like most of them, so I don't think it's that much of a problem really. It doesn't even cost that much time. Just do it, and the Riot community is like happy. And if there's any other problems, I will let you all know. Like, there's not gonna be much problems in like the next couple months unless we find something that's absolutely game breaking, but that doesn't really happen too much. So I don't know, man. Just do something good with the game. But with that being said, I think I mentioned everything that needs to be really said on the on this video. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.